I've been listening to you talk about how you think Trey Lance is going to run more this year. That Kyle's going to run him a lot.
I do think so.
I don't think that's the case. I'm going to lay out my case for this.
Please.
Um, we have very fond memories of Steve Young. Steve Young is my favorite player, right? Like growing up, he was quintessentially he was representative of everything awesome about probably the best time to watch football in history, which
Yeah.
was the 90s. It was epic, right? And he
Right.
was, and for 49er fans, that's what we're looking for in a quarterback, right? And
Right.
we're thinking we're going to have an improviser like Steve Young. He's basically a right handed Steve Young, but he's not that to Kyle Shanahan. I think if you ask Kyle Shanahan in his private moments if he wanted a quarterback like Steve Young or Brett Favre or anything like that, he'd say, hell no. No way. He looks at Trey Lance and what he sees is John Elway, right? He sees a big, physical, tough specimen who can do a little bit with his legs, but he's going to open up the field and he's going to play really well with his back to the defense,
He can do a
right?
little bit. He can do a little more than a little bit with his legs. I
Yeah,
mean,
but here's the
Josh
thing,
Allen
like,
can do
right.
all that with his legs. Trace
So I keep hearing Trey Lance being compared to Josh Allen and the guy out of Baltimore, I forget his name, and yeah, some of these really athletic quarterbacks. He's not that. He's going to get tracked down from behind by the linebackers and defensive ends in this league. He's a 4'7", 4'6" guy.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
No,
he is. He plays like that.
no,
And
he plays like Jalen Hurts.
yeah,
Jalen Hurts
I
is a
mean,
very effective runner.
no, I mean he's going to be effective, but he's going to be effective in the way that Cam Newton was effective as a runner, and we don't want Kyle doesn't want anything to do with that. The other thing that I'm going to lay out my case for is Kyle Shanahan doesn't put people in backup roles that are necessarily good to step in right now, right? His idea of his backup, of whoever his backup quarterback is, or whoever is his, backup lineman is, or whatever, is a training position for what he views his offense to be in a year or 2 years. Same thing on the defensive side, which is why the 49ers have a lot of success bringing guys up who step into what the next evolution of their scheme is going to be. They signed Nate Sudfeld $2 million guaranteed to be a training quarterback for the younger players on their offense, so that when they play with the second team, he can do the things that Kyle Shanahan envisions Trey Lance doing, right? If you combine that with the fact that the entire league is down on the 49ers, everybody's fading the 49ers because they didn't do anything to support Trey Lance this year. They're acting like they don't believe in him, right? Not me. I believe in him. Not you. You believe in him. Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch are acting like they don't believe in him. And the reason is because they're going to play him the way that they want him to learn to be as a setup for year 3.
I disagree.
There's no,
I disagree.
there's no, there's
I
no
disagree.
way they let him run the way that he ran
They're going to
when
run him
he
into the
was.
ground. They're going to run him into the ground. They're not going to lose games having him play a style of quarterback that he's not ready to play. If he's playing, they may want him to be John Elway one day, and he may be John Elway one day.
Right.
But if they have him trying to play like that and they're losing games, they're going to do what they have to do to win. I guarantee it, man.
You would think that would be the case, right? You would think that at a certain
because
point
here's
that
the
they
thing.
would.
They say that they want that Trey's the future and that he's the long-term quarterback. They don't know that. He hasn't shown enough to show that. Just because they made the investment doesn't mean they're going to give him a second contract. Like, they don't know that. And in the meantime, they might just run him into the ground.
But here's the thing is that the emphasis on Trey Lance, why you took Trey Lance instead of taking the kid out of Ohio State, right? Why did you take Trey Lance when you could have had a more athletic, more improvising quarterback? Why was Lance the guy? It's because he doesn't look to tuck to run all the time. And Kyle doesn't want him to do that.
Here's why they took Lance. They can say
that's why they took him.
But the Niners have a pattern. They fall in love with the person. They love who he is. They talk about his demeanor and work ethic and maturity nonstop. That's what they talked about.
Yeah, you know what the bigger tendency for them.
I'll let you go for like 5 minutes. They talked about that with Solomon Thomas, Mike McGlinchey,
right?
Nick Bosa. Now Nick Bosa is also a great player. Javon Kinlaw. They love the person. That's why they were willing to overlook the medical red flag and the lack of sack production. and Trey Lance. They
Mm-hmm.
fall in love with the person. There were questions about Justin Fields' character. I don't know why, even though it was pretty much everyone agreed he was the better athlete and the better thrower.
Right. So here's the other thing about that though, is that their bigger tendency is to overcorrect, right?
Oh,
You get a wide receiver in the second round who's a route runner. He's not really very tough, and the next thing you do is you draft Deebo Samuel. You get a linebacker like Reuben Foster who's like and the next thing you do, next thing you do is you get a light cerebral linebacker who's just in Fred Warner, right? Like the overcorrection for the 49ers on this one is that they went, okay, well, we got a quarterback who limits our offense in all these different ways, right? He is defined by his limitations, and we're going to draft the quarterback who has no limits at all, right? Who is defined by the fact that, theoretically, defined by his unlimited potential, right?
Right.
But so I got a bad rap for saying that Trey Lance wasn't an upgrade to Jimmy Garoppolo, and that isn't exactly what I was saying. What I was saying is he's not a significant upgrade this year with this scheme, right? Because what they drafted him to do and what he can do, right, and where his strengths are going to be in the things inside that offense that Jimmy Garoppolo can't do, right? So Jimmy Garoppolo is a C- to C+ quarterback, depending on the day that you get him. But he's a one-read quarterback with a quick release who can one-read check down, and that's about it. He's got a zip cap of about 15 to 20 yards. He has above average accuracy at best. His only real strength is that he doesn't lose accuracy from different arm slots, but that's not really anything to recommend him. The issue is that this offensive line doesn't give you not enough time to actually get to your second read anyway. So if you need somebody to make one read and get it out quick, well, I mean, Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be a lot better than most of the young quarterbacks.
Thank you very much. You've done a great job. I appreciate you. You're doing great. Thanks you for calling in. Good stuff. I don't want to be sold on Jimmy Garoppolo anymore. I gave him 10 minutes. He's doing great. I don't want to be sold on Jimmy Garoppolo anymore. I hear what he's saying. He made a lot of good points. AK-49er, what's up? Hold on. What's up, dog?
Hey, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Long time no here.
So I try not to cut people off, but he was just going to keep going. Like Josh was on a roll. So I gave him a lot of time. Sorry.